What's going on, everybody? You know we're smoking right at Austinite. We're back for the Austinite podcast. I'm David. I'm
Erick.
here with the newest member of the Austinite team, Eric Ramirez, and we got a really special guest today. We've got Fernando Diaz.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me, man.
How are you feeling right now? How do you feel?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling excited for this podcast, and I'm feeling very happy that you guys invited me here to be with you guys, sharing stories, smoking a little bit. Nothing better.
Having a little bit of a good vibe
Yes,
today.
sir. Yes, sir.
So for everybody that doesn't know, Fernando is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu trainer. We recently connected with him because we are bringing back Cannabis Combat 2, the Grappling Invitational. More information on that coming very soon. But Fernando, if you could please just give a quick introduction of yourself and where you come from.
Yes, sir. My name is Fernando Diaz. I'm 37 years old. I'm a brown belt under Gordon Ryan, and I train under John Danaher, Gordon Ryan, Gary Tonin at New Wave in Austin, Texas.
Give a
shout out New Wave.
Yep. There's a lot of shout outs due there, but also you haven't lived in Austin for too long, right? The past couple of years?
Definitely. I just arrived here last year. We moved from Puerto Rico. We came with a squad. Thankfully, the squad was able to, I don't know what happened in life. I don't know what I did or what we did to deserve a little bit of it in Puerto Rico. So they went to Puerto Rico, and when they decided to move here to Austin, they took me and two of my friends with them. So it's Luis and Juan. So shout out to them also.
Yeah, shout out them.
Yeah,
So
shout out Luis.
So they started back in PR?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They moved to PR about when the COVID hit.
Okay.
When full pandemic, the New York was getting difficult for them to train. They even got shut down, and they had to find the ways to get to training, right?
Yeah.
So at that same time, in Puerto Rico, there's the guy that I'm actually also thankful for everything that has happened to me, Mr. Mo Jassam, the head organizer of the best events in grappling in the world, ADCC. So he was already living in PR. And he was doing the Modolfo camps. That was camps that were bringing people to train with them at his house in Puerto Rico. So
like private sessions.
Private sessions, exactly, with the group. And one of the first ones he brought was actually Braulio Estima, AJ Agazar, Edwin Nashmir, Ethan Krelister, Tasa Garami. So there was a lot of guys, good guys, who was bringing to PR to do that.
That's because everybody was kind of looking for a place to train at the time during COVID and everything like that with all the restrictions.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
Wow, that's crazy. So how long, maybe before that, have you been training Jiu-Jitsu?
So I was training already at Betting Wolfpack Jiu-Jitsu in Puerto Rico. It's a great school run by Eduardo Ortiz. Shout out to Eduardo Ortiz, also in PR. I was training with him a lot of time. I've been training with him like more than 5 years.
What would you say? What would you say is one of the things that brought you closer to him? That brought you to train with him as a student. What did you know about him?
Eduardo?
Before?
Yeah. Because everybody in Puerto Rico, the jiu-jitsu community is very small.
Okay,
So
everybody knows
everybody knows each other.
Okay.
So there's not too many like we can say branches, and not too many like groups of jiu-jitsu. But at the time that I started training, so I already knew Eduardo because we were under Betting Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. So there was only a few people in the island that were doing Betting Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
It was Chimi, was my first teacher then because of I moved to another town, which it was closer to Eduardo. I met Eduardo and the crew because they were really good. They were for me, that's the best school in
Top
PR.
notch.
I'm sorry about the other schools in PR, with all out of respect, but for me, like we call the Melaza is in Betting Wolfpack.
I can already tell that they're good just by the way that you ride for them. You know, everybody that's that loyal to a team or something like that, and I'm sure all the other ones are just as loyal, but it's like that alone just shows that dedication.
So the group was really good. I was training on the Eduardo. Eduardo gave me my purple belt, and then COVID hit, and it was difficult for us to train. But we in Puerto Rico had a little more spaces and liberty to do, and also we kind of knew how to move around. That was actually what gave me the opportunity to work for Mo.
Okay.
Because I knew everybody. Because I knew a lot of things. Because I actually got a call from a friend when I met Mo. Was because I got a call from a friend, Moreno. So he called me and told me like, bro, I got this guy who just moved to PR. And he needs a lot of help. And I know that you know every inside of the island. I know where to go, who to call. So thankfully in PR, got a lot of friends and I got a lot of people that could help.
That's good. That's awesome. That's such a tight
So
community.
he actually got me in contact with Mo. At first, when Mo told me, so yeah, my name is Mo, and I'm like, Mo, and I'm like thinking, like, I heard that before,
Ringing
but
a bell.
I just didn't want to like get too excited. Then I met the guy face to face, and I'm like, oh man, this is the guy that fucking works with ADCC. Oh shit. Okay, so I started working with him. He started doing the Rodolfo camps.
Awesome.
And then when COVID hit, that's when the news of Gordon and the guys moving to PR came about.
That's when the news first hit. So were you were relieved when they finally made the decision? I'm sure you were happy.
Bro, I you have no idea. So first of all, when Gordon, let's remember that Gordon went there just for a week first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he went first for
Trial.
a week to like not even trial. It was like to take a vacation, and already Mo was telling him like, bro, you should come check the island out. It's a really nice place.
And you can train.
You can train. I give you space. They rented a house in Dorado.
Oh.
And they got a big backyard. Next to a pool, we put the mats there. So what they asked me to do was bring my friends to train. So I brought the best that I could to the guys.
Naturally.
We felt like rats going to a snake pit. You know what I mean? We were going like this, like five friends in a
innocent.
car, in my car, to get destroyed by Gordon, Nikki,
To
Ethan,
go feed
Pat.
feed the python.
Exactly. So we were the buddies, right? And Juan, Luis, and I, during the pandemic, we were doing no gi all the time at my house because there's no gym open. So we used to use my garage. That I used to have a gym garage.
Yeah.
And I used to put mats in there. We used to we thought that we were like training good and we were doing this no gi shit.
Getting started.
And we were fucking getting everything done, but we were not even close to the level of the guys from obviously now New Wave, but
Yeah.
at the time DDS brought to us. So they got there for a week. Sonny, Gordon, all the guys were so amazing. It was like the click was instantly.
Like a dream come true almost. Like
Yeah.
Just formed naturally.
And it was every day. Every day I was waking up that week like, man, I'm going to freaking hang and train with these
Surreal.
guys. You know what I mean?
Training
So-
with literally the #1 jiu-jitsu grappler in the world. No-gi jiu-jitsu grappler.
And it was only Gordon at that time. You know what I mean? John still was in New York
Yeah.
by this time. So when they got there, we were hanging out, going to the beach, training, waterfalls and things, but we could not do a lot of things like we wanted to because
Yeah.
of the time, the schedule. They were coming in to train. We didn't know each other that well. So I understood that we cannot take too much advantage of it.
As much as you wanted to at that time. Yeah.
Exactly. For me, it was like, man, this has been the best experience of my life. These guys are gonna move back to New York. We're gonna be probably going there from time to time, but it was gonna be like so sad that this is done, right?
Yeah.
So they go on, we rocking, hey, here's the number, we can get in contact, as we did, because Gordon and I, thankfully, thanks to the Lord Jesus Christ, baby Jesus, we got a bond.
Just kept
a
hitting,
really
yeah.
good chemistry, good bond, and him and Sonny have become like my brothers. I love them to
That's
death.
awesome.
So we were talking, and they were saying how much they love Puerto Rico. They really loved it, and they really love the beach, and they really love the hiking. Because remember,
How close everything
I'm
is.
coming from an island, tropical paradise. I'm so sorry. I know that Puerto Rico has this, like every place has its down things, but Puerto Rico is very, very, very beautiful. In Puerto Rico, you can go train in the morning, then hit the beach, and then hit a waterfall. All three things in one day. So
and it's not that far from each other.
And it's not that far from each other. I'm telling
Bike
you.
ride.
Plus the vibe in Puerto Rico, it's another thing.
Oh,
the vibe
that's
in
all-
Puerto
yep.
Rico is another thing.
In other words, go to Puerto Rico if you have a chance.
Yes, sir. If you got a chance, you can go to Puerto Rico. You don't need U.S. citizens. For those who don't know, you can
No
just go
passport.
there, no passport, no things. It's really beautiful, and you're gonna have a great time over there.
It's a ton of fun. Yeah.
So yeah, they decided to move back to New York, but they would in the back of the mind they were like, we love Puerto Rico, and Mo was actually pulling for them because Mo wanted to do something in PR. He wanted to build something in PR.
it means something that y'all like it so much. It's time. It's
You know
a
what I mean?
sign.
So we got all together, and 2 weeks later, Mo sends me a message. So, okay, don't tell anybody, but Gordon's gonna move to PR.
And then it's
And
just
I'm
like,
don't lie. It was like fireworks
oh.
and things. So I'm asking a lot of questions. At the same time that I'm hearing this message, I'm asking myself a lot of questions. Okay, so what are they gonna do?
Is this too good to be true? Like,
This is a lie. This is probably true. This is a lie. What are we gonna do? Are they gonna move it all here
Permanently,
Some of
like-
what are they gonna? John is gonna stay. What are they gonna do? What is John is coming? So I don't know how Gordon did it, but they convinced John, and everything was they coming. And when I saw John's post about the
Announcing
movement
it.
to PR, that's when I said, okay, this is definitely
It's my time to get out there too.
definitely the time. So they got to PR, they moved to PR. I met everybody. We start training at Combat 360, which is my friend Juan Delgado's school. We started using that. I told him, bro, I need a favor from you. I said, what? I have some people that are coming to train, and I need your space. And he said, who's coming? I said, Gordon's coming. He said, John's coming. I said, what? Here's the key.
Gordon who?
Let me know when is it that you need it. Nobody's gonna be there.
It's cleared.
Yeah, exactly. So he gave me the key of the spot. So he gave us the opportunity to trade there every day. So we also thank Juan Delgado for that. So Juan,
Shout out Juan.
yeah.
Yup.
So yeah, the whole year there was really nice. It was really amazing. But obviously situations with the squad, situations with how to get a place, a lot of situations going on at the same time.
Come up.
And then the decision came from them to move to Austin. And here we are now.
So had you been to Austin before then?
Never.
Had you been to the States? Like a couple times, yeah. Had you lived outside of Puerto Rico at that time?
No, I never.
Really?
Never. So this is the first time that I lived outside of my island. So I've been living there for 35 years at the time, and they decided yeah, man, you want to come with us? And I said, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck
And
yeah,
how
let's
long
go.
have you been here?
A year.
Okay.
I've been here a year.
What would you say is one of your biggest adjustments, if any, that you had moving from, like you said, a tropical paradise like Puerto Rico to a big bumbling,
one of the biggest states.
Yeah, big, popular, on our way to be New York kind of city.
One of the obviously jiu-jitsu, the squad was the team was the main reason that I moved here, but and actually the only reason that I moved here. So now that I'm here in Austin, I'm looking around and it's very beautiful, obviously in its own way. I cannot compare it to Puerto Rico at all. We decided to move to Austin, and when they decided to move to Austin, they told us like, "You want to come with us?" And I said, "Perfect, let's freaking go." Why not? I didn't have a family, I don't have kids, I don't have anything, so I said, "Let me just freaking go."
It's time. Yeah.
Luis and Juan also. For me, the most difficult one of the three was Luis, because he was already like settled in Puerto Rico. He had a job. He was connected with the family. Juan also, but his family was backing him up. Juan got his purple belt from John.
Oh wow!
In Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So that
Shout out John. Yeah, he's a
you know what I mean?
savage.
So
He's working.
Again,
You gotta be a savage to earn any kind of belts under John Danaher.
Really?
Yeah.
They weren't called the Death Squad because they went out there and tickled motherfuckers.
Definitely. I was fortunate enough to get an eye from John, which is another accomplishment in some ways. The weird way he loves knives.
Yeah.
So he gives you a knife or a belt. That means that you're in his good graces. So thank you, John, again.
Shout out John for the knife. Yeah.
John Danaher is like the savage, like the quietest savage. You know who John Danaher is?
I think so. Yeah, I've seen him a
The
couple
brain.
times. Yeah.
He's the best mind in jiu-jitsu.
Really?
Bro, there's no questions.
He's like Professor Xavier of Jiu-Jitsu.
No questions asked. He's the best mind in Jiu-Jitsu.
10 steps ahead.
He's a great mind in MMA. Remember, John started in MMA.
Yep.
So he didn't start it like teaching Jiu-Jitsu. He started like
He was like in George St. Pierre's corner back when
dealing
he was
with
fighting.
George St. Pierre,
Okay,
things like that. Yeah,
no
bro.
shit.
So he was there with basically all of George fights.
Okay, badass. So while we're on this topic, I think it's a good time to ask this question. We do have a larger, as you can tell, cannabis following and viewers. So there might be some viewers that don't know too much about jiu-jitsu. Because if you could, just for somebody that had no idea, how would you explain it to them?
Okay, so jiu-jitsu will be the art of hugging each other until I break your arm or leg or a limb or something, or I put you to sleep.
To put it simply.
And put it simply, so jiu-jitsu, it's definitely something that I will encourage anybody to try, okay? Because it's a sport where you don't get hit, like boxing or kickboxing and things
No
like
strikes.
that. Nope. And also allows you to understand your body in a different kind of way that you will never be able to unless you do jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Also allows you to understand how the body works and how you can twist it around, how you can bend it around, what you should do in case you want to choke somebody out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those types of techniques that you wouldn't even learn in other things. Okay?
And it's a combination of other combat sports, right?
It's basically like a judo kind of thing, but in the ground. It's called like a neguasa. So it's that part after they go to the ground. Basically, jiu-jitsu is that ground part. That
Okay.
when you watch UFC, right? Basically, most of the moves that they do when they hit the ground is mostly jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
Some of it you can say will be sambo, which is basically the same, but basically most of the scrambles and the movements and the things come from jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
All the chokes, arm bars, locks, leg locks, neckties, everything is a jiu-jitsu.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's very like logistical. Like you gotta be thinking what they're doing next, what you're gonna do next because of that. And
Exactly.
Many different paths and routes. So
Exactly.
What's your favorite submission?
My favorite submission, I had to say that I will say rear naked choke because I really like the back.
classic.
High percentages.
And the triangles, I'm really good at triangles also. So
I'm too big. I did wrestling in high school and then jiu-jitsu after high school.
Yeah.
And I was always my hands are too big for triangles, but I love triangles. But I can't pull them off.
Yeah. So you mentioned that everybody you think should try jiu-jitsu. What would you tell somebody that maybe was on the fence of trying it? Like, oh, bro, I'm thinking about it. Like, what would you tell them to be like, all right, they're going to tag along?
Definitely, I will definitely tell them that it's something that you should know because it could definitely save your life.
Mm-hmm.
It happened to me in a fight, in a street fight.
Really?
I actually have used jiu-jitsu in street fights.
Really?
So it's something that you should understand, that is the difference between knowing how to position yourself in some situations. It could be the difference between life and death.
It gives you that
and
edge.
And it's that. So, and it gives you that edge, as you say. Because you can find somebody that doesn't have to know how to fight, but he can punch you in the face and
Yeah.
you were gonna feel it. You know what I mean? And you were probably gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
If you at least know how to like close distance with that guy, you at least take that away. So that's something that you know that
Gives you
gives you an edge. Like
Yep.
you said.
Yeah, because I know our owner, Charles Castro, I still haven't tried jiu-jitsu yet because I'm doing school and everything like that, but I've been thinking about it, and he says something that got him into it because he's done all the boxing and everything, like the introductory, what you usually do when you get into combat. But he was like, man, when I got to the floor, I had no idea what to do. And that's just the kind of thing, like, flicks the thing in my head. It's like, damn, it's true. Like, once you get to the ground, if you get somebody, it's like that, just that
And if you
complete
think
other
about
edge.
it, most of the fights end up in the ground.
exactly what he says, too.
Because we go through the scramble.
Yeah.
Of the first like 3 punches, and then you guys crush each other, and somebody grab somebody, and they're gonna lift you up, or they're gonna do something.
Yep.
I mean, so if you at least know how to prevent those things, and
You'll
you
be all right.
know how to position yourself, at least you're not gonna get that hurt.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're gonna be kicking everybody's ass. I'm
But if
just
you learn how to
saying-
sprawl, you'll definitely be better off than a guy that doesn't know anything at all.
Definitely.
But it definitely takes some dedication and time too. Some and I've heard too, you just got to get knocked on your ass a couple times too.
Oh,
Like,
bro.
and you got to be able to get back up and take it humbly too, right? I think.
Oh, some of the things that you need to be when you go to a jiu-jitsu school, it's humble. If you don't have any humbleness in your heart, trust
wrong
me,
place.
after the training, you're gonna have a lot of it. Because there's gonna be guys right there that you're gonna ask yourself, what the freaking fuck just
And
happened? How he just tapped me out? How my arm got like that? How am I gonna go that choke? And then it's not only that; it's the after feeling of the training.
Yeah.
Because you feel like shit during the training, but afterwards, it's a different ballgame.
story.
And
Yeah.
it's all about how you rehab your body to get yourself back into getting back in the swing of things. Because then you could just feel it, be dead, and be like, I'm never doing that again. Like, so.
Speaking of rehabbing, when you train, do you use CBD products? Like, do you use your roll-ons or things like that? To
I
help,
actually
like,
do, thanks to Dalua. Dalua has put me in a lot of things like that. So
Yeah.
I used to take a lot of pills. I used to go for like pain medicines and things like that. Now I caught that a lot, and I decided to do it more efficiently, talk to my body a little bit more, and know what to use and when to use it. But definitely CBD has been something game changer for me.
Yeah, cannabis in general, because I know we've been dabbing a little bit, so we're using THC too. So cannabis in general can just, how does that help you or benefit your training regimen?
I mean, I try to be use it when I needed to. Usually after training, I'm definitely freaking hitting that bong or whatever I have to do, because obviously it helps me like calm down.
Anti-inflammatory, helps you calm down.
Talk about, helps me calm down, helps me think a lot of things. Usually what I do is after the training, I sit down, I hit a little bit and sit down and think what happened.
Reflect on it.
Yeah. So I got beat up with this too much. So what did I do wrong? So that I can go then ask Gordon or ask Gary or ask Giancarlo Bodoni or some of the guys that we have there, Meregali, even John, ask him like, bro, what should I do in this position and these things? So also I'm a chill kind of guy. So I like to...
And I'm sure after you get out of training, your heart's all racing, or you're all still pumped up and sweating. So it's just good to just get that easier, and it helps you, I bet, reflect on it.
A lot of it, and also helps me sometimes in the daily things, in the doing my things, because people, what I try to explain to people is, it's like alcohol. People don't understand it until you tell them, like, okay, so have you seen Happy Drunks? There's the Happy Drunks.
Yeah,
I'm a happy drunk myself.
And there's the asshole drunks. So it's not the alcohol, it's you. It's whatever you do. It's what's in there. It's the same for me as the cannabis. For me, the cannabis is people tell me, bro, I hit the bong and I cannot do shit. I actually can do a lot of things.
Exactly.
While I'm high.
I prefer to do more shit when I'm high.
Yeah, for me, I don't know.
I clean the house. Yes. I fucking cook. I freaking do. I ask myself, what else can I do?
And I'm not complaining.
And I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah, I feel like for me personally too, it's like I got so many things to do between work and home and everything. It's like, for me, it's just like if I just slow down, maybe take a dab or hit the bong real quick, it'll slow me down, figure out what I got to do, and tackle it one by one.
Yeah. I actually, obviously, I understand when and how, because when I do my weightlifting, I try not to be under anything, because it's a different feeling.
Got to be locked in.
Yeah, I got to be locked in. And when I go to jiu-jitsu, it's also the same feeling. I cannot be too messed up, because obviously there's John and Gordon explaining you things.
And it's a mental thing too.
And it's okay, we're going to start with this step. And then after the hour, we're in step number 10 that started with step number 1, and you have to like lock all those things up. And it's John and Gordon, and they are guys that look to everybody. Obviously, they have their competition athletes and things like that, but they look for everybody. How you doing it, how he's doing it, how everybody's doing it.
And they probably, I bet, look at the little things too. How to get from step 4 to 5, even though it's part of a whole 10-step thing.
And John Danaher is very philosophical with the way he teaches everything. So it's better. I'm sure it's better to be able to pay attention and know what absorb all the stuff that he's going to be telling you.
He's a professor. At the end of the day, John is a professor. Like you don't understand the way he like. You need guys like John. If you want to be great, you need guys like John.
Yeah.
You need that kind of guy in your corner.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's the only kind of guy that he's going to be doing what he does. John goes, teaches 5-6 times a day. Then he goes home. He goes and if there's competition coming, he evaluates the competition. He evaluates his own athletes and come the next day with another thing. Like, bro, I was watching this yesterday, but John, you just taught like 6 classes. Yeah. But I was watching wrestling yesterday, like wrestling from 1992. And I was hitting this wrestler who's a Russian that probably like 5 people know. But he was hitting this move, and he was hitting it to everybody. This is what it is. And he explained it to the teeth. God. And then you go, and then he goes and show you the video of the guy performing the thing. You see that he explained it exactly the same as the guy performing it. And then you try to perform it, and it works.
Yeah.
It's his mind to complement everything that he sees from outside. incorporate that in jiu-jitsu and be up to date and even more advanced than everybody.
And he never sounds like he never takes time off too. It's like in his blood. He's always looking for the next thing.
It doesn't. And let's remember, this is a guy with hip replacement. And if you see him perform and if you see him teach, you will not like, oh my God, this guy doesn't have a hip replacement.
You couldn't even tell.
You can even tell.
That is insane.
The moves that he performs, the accuracy in his move, it's like it's something out of this world.
Unheard of.
And that's what you see Gordon and Gary also, they feed over that. And that's why they're so amazing at it. And now we got Giancarlo Bodoni, who is freaking amazing also. And we got Nicolas Meregali, who went from the gi. He was killing it in the gi.
Yeah.
That's the uniform, right?
Yeah.
And he just been a year in no gi, and he's killing it. He's killing everybody. So
he didn't even need it.
That's something that you need to look at and say, okay, you guys are great.
Yeah.
So, and everything starts from the top, which is John.
Well, whether it is that, community or like you were saying, how attention to detail, how much attention to detail these fighters pay. What's your favorite aspect of jiu-jitsu or grappling?
My favorite aspect has to be the fact that you can go put yourself in the difficulties of the positions, and you can find, as long as you have the mental things to
you can work your way out.
You can work your way out, and not only work your way out, counter attack that thing, and freaking put your opponent in that difficult position.
Yeah,
it's something that it's unbelievable on itself. I seen the guys of New Wave right now. The team that we have right there, it's something ridiculous. It's out of this world. The kids that are coming, we talk about the greats, obviously, that we had there, which are the regular ones, the Gordons, the Garys, the things. But we got Luke Griffin over there. We got Reese. We got Davis. We got Juan. We got, oh my God, we got a lot of kids and new guys that are freaking killing it.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Really?
We got Big Dan, who is killing it in ADCC also. We got guys that don't even compete that much in that room. They're killing everybody else. So it's a competitive room every day. You have to be in your A game. If not, then you're gonna get.
They never lose that edge. There's always somebody in there, a group of people that want to get into it.
Yeah.
But y'all.
They're explaining to me how to deal with this because I'm actually lost. I see that I'm kind of old school with this. So if you guys see me like asking and making signs,
and that's what we're here for. We're here to explain.
I'm a freaking like I don't know what to do with it.
The jiu-jitsu genius, the pothead geniuses.
Yep. So I'll tell you a little bit about what we got over here. We got the PUFFCOs over here. We've got 2 PUFFCO peaks. One with little custom glass from IDAB. Shout out to IDAB. And we've got another just basic stock.
Standard out the box.
Yep. And then we've got the new PUFFCO Proxy that just came out. It's basically one of these just compacted into a modular vape that you can. Last episode we had it on 14 millimeter stuff like the Gravity Bong and the Grav Pipe. So you can do all kinds of stuff with it. It just electronically regulates your dab, so it's a lot safer than using to torture everything. So we like to stay ahead of the edge on all the cannabis stuff, just like y'all, of course, on the jiu-jitsu. But why we kind of have Fernando here today, especially, is because he's going to be helping us out with Cannabis Combat Invitational number 2. So I know everybody's been waiting for us to drop that date for it, but it's going to be March 12th, y'all. South by Southwest week. By the time you're watching this, you'll be able to get your tickets now. So get ready. We're going to have some awesome matches for y'all. Cannabis Combat Grappling Invitational number 2 will be March 23rd, March 12th. South by Southwest week, y'all. So, Fernando, what interested you when you first heard about Cannabis Combat into kind of helping us out with this whole thing?
I mean, the whole thing about the event and how, like, everybody can come and it's going to be outside and it's a different environment. It's a different thing. It's a different vibe.
Our first one, man, was like something I would have never imagined. The turnout was awesome compared to what we had expected. And it's just like the potential to keep growing. We had another date, I think, for around November or December time, but it's just been so cold and ugly. So we picked March 12th because it's during spring break, South by Southwest week. I think there's going to be a lot of awesome potential there. So we're going to get it going. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, sir.
Fernando, have you heard of South by Southwest? Do you know what that is?
Yes, last year I was here by the time that it was like, and I know it's massive. There's a lot of people coming down. I know. So yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to go. Hopefully this year I get explore more a little bit of Austin. I got to be honest. I've been here and all I've been doing is training, and sleeping and working, and that's all I've been doing. So me hanging out.
That sounds like the Danaher routine right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
John Danaher is famously known for never taking a day off. Like even Christmas time, they'll train 24 hours.
That's the routine of a warrior.
I remember when they got to Puerto Rico, right? And they get to Puerto Rico, and I'm the one. My job, one of my main jobs, was driving John around. So I would pick up John to go to training. I would drop him at his house every day after training. So one of the things that it was so funny was that when we were done in Puerto Rico, we were used to like train Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yeah, every other day.
Maybe Sunday, maybe whatever.
See what happens.
Right, let's see what happens, right? So we would get there. We do our first session. This is a killer session. I'm dying. And I asked the stupidest questions that I ever asked Gordon and John. I said, so tomorrow is off, right? They both look at me and they say, what are you talking about?
Off on what?
And I said, like, so we train tomorrow. Gordon said exactly these words. We train every day, motherfucker. We don't skip a day.
Good.
We don't. So
dead straight face too, like
no, like serious face, disgust face, because I even asked that question.
Because you even thought to ask.
Like it's every day, and we hit it every day. We don't take a day off. So yeah, that's the regimen from them actually.
It's hard not to admire that dedication. So you haven't gotten around too much spots in Austin? Not yet. We gotta link up after this, and we can update you on all the spots. Do you have a favorite sesh spot either in Austin or back home in PR that you would always love to go sesh?
I mean, in Puerto Rico, I had the opportunity to have waterfalls, beach. So I have a lot of different spots.
Depending on the day.
Exactly, depending on the day. Here in Austin, I haven't been able again to know too many people. So this is like a cry out. People,
I could definitely. Hey. I grew up here in Austin, so I can take you to some good spots, my brother. Yes, sir.
He's gonna help me out. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely haven't been able to. I'm mostly in my house and training, but this year one of the resolutions that I said was to get out more in Austin.
Yeah.
My situation has gone better, a lot better. I don't know what happened the last month. And life has gave me a lot of good stuff. So yeah, now I think I'm able to.
That what happens when you work hard, my friend.
Right.
Thank you. So let's go. I was able to get my brown belt from Gordon. So
congratulations on that.
So for me, that's one of the main happiest.
When was that?
That was like two days ago. 2 days ago.
Damn, okay, congrats. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
So some days ago was really freaking. By the time this gets out, so it's gonna be probably more days. But yeah, I'm his first student being promoted. He has never given a belt.
Really?
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Congrats are definitely in order.
I think he did it because we're friends. I think it was more of that, but but I definitely
nevertheless,
I definitely love it for.
Yeah, it says a lot to be friends with somebody with a dedication. Like
I
that
will give my life for that dude in a heartbeat. I will definitely. Some people talk it lightly.
Yeah.
Like I told you guys before, I will definitely. Whatever the guy asked me to do, I'm there. I don't give a fuck what he asked me to do. I'm definitely gonna be there. If we have to kill somebody, we're gonna have to. Whatever.
I heard that squad.
Whatever. So yeah, I'm definitely thankful that I have that dude. Because again, he's the guy that got me here.
Yeah.
He's the guy that has inspired me to get better. So if it wasn't for him, definitely won't be here talking to you guys and being able to experience all.
Shout out Gordon Ryan. Hey, bro.
Bro.
That day I met you at Barton Springs.
Awesome. Shout out Gordon. I love you so much, bro. So everybody likes to talk a lot of shit about that dude, and they don't understand how amazing that dude is.
And he's humble too,
bro.
He's just a smart guy that uses the internet for he takes advantage of that. He can make a lot of people mad by saying a bunch of stupid shit, but in reality, I'm sure he's a genuine great guy because. All I've heard from people that when I watch podcasts and whatnot that talk about him, and even his close people like you, are just great things.
Bro,
so.
he's the friend that you need in your life.
Yeah,
he's those kinds of friends. And I'm talking about how humble he is. He makes a lot of money. He makes a ton shit of money doing what everybody thought that you cannot make money of.
Yeah,
He's making a lot of money, and his lifestyle is not that for a guy that makes that kind of money. You know what I mean?
He's down to earth.
He's down to earth. He doesn't go out that much. He doesn't spend too much money and shit.
Just trying to get better at
Well, even
grappling.
seeing him just pull up to Barton Springs, just him and his friends, like just chill and hang out. That says a lot.
For him,
No security, nothing like that.
He doesn't need that freaking being on top of everybody. He goes to that room and he acts like everybody else. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's the kind of friend that everybody needs. Just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Shout out Gordon Ryan.
Him
out
and
Gordon.
Gary also. Gary Tonon is another one. Gary Tonon, it's one of the best guys to have in your corner because he's also another reason why we're here.
Yeah.
It's another amazing dude, and I love all my teammates. My team is really amazing. I really love my team, and yeah, it's like a brotherhood that we have. I really love it.
That's what I admire.
And
most
we have
about
even
jiu-jitsu.
ladies. We didn't. I have to say this, right? So we used to be a bunch of men, and Sonny and Rebecca, which is Giancarlo's wife. We were just a few. And Katie, and B. It was just a few girls and just a few. Now the ladies are coming in.
Awesome.
And we're getting good girls also training under John, which is gonna be a lot better because it's gonna open more doors to get more champions and different things. And I like to see the progression in that room every day.
And it's gonna get more eyes on y'all too. Ultimately, I feel like.
Definitely. We're gonna start doing a lot of things hopefully in the future. Like I said before, I talked to you guys. I'm planning doing my podcast also with Juan in Spanish. I thank you guys so much because actually this experience right here it's helping me a lot, and you guys are always open to help out. And
we'll have to jump on yours too after we get Cannabis Combat going and everything.
Thank you, yes, of course. And man, and I'm thankful that you guys invited me here and gave me the opportunity to talk.
Oh man, we're glad to have you. I think we've had like 45 minutes or so. We're over 40 minutes right now. So
Yes, sir.
I think we're gonna get it a little bit wrapped up. We got one question though on our Austin Night podcast that we always ask. I know you roll with a cool group of cats though, so I don't know how your answer is gonna be. We always ask, what's your dream sesh? Anybody alive or dead that you would love to just sit down and have a good sesh with, maybe chop up their brain a little bit?
I mean, I can mention 3 people that don't have nothing to do with jiu-jitsu because again, I
just want to smoke with them.
I know a lot of people that they do jiu-jitsu, so I've been fortunate enough to be around a lot of people that do jiu-jitsu that I admire while I'm high. So for me, that counts.
That counts for me. Shit.
But I have to say, Dave Chappelle, I would love to sit down with that guy. Not even ask too many questions.
You wouldn't have to.
Just sit with him, talk to him, interact with him a little bit. Denzel Washington would be another guy that I would love to just hear him talk about whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Exactly. Whatever he will say, I probably would love it. I would say that. And to be honest, I would love to sit down with freaking Kevin Hart.
Oh my gosh,
So
another one.
that would be those 3. I mean, will be.
Imagine that in the same room too.
Yeah.
That would just be insane. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
I know. I actually have the opportunity to meet Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
I haven't been able to smoke with him, but
I'm sure that comes soon. Waiting on it.
Hey, shout out Joe Rogan.
Joe.
Dude, I've been a fan of Joe since he started the podcast. Because I was on YouTube back in like sophomore year, which was 2010, and I saw the old podcast with him and Red Band with the bubbles on the screen. And Joe Rogan is one of my idols, man. And so, shout out Joe Rogan.
Yeah, shout out Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan,
and
get
Red
this
Band.
man on your podcast.
And Joe Rogan, you need to come smoke over here too. You know, hop on our podcast.
Come to Austinite Joe.
Take a couple dabs on us.
Everybody's watching this. Go to Joe's web page and tag up Austinite Cannabis Co. on Instagram.
Oh yeah, let's go. Sure. He's actually a great dude to be around with.
I've heard.
Just to be around with.
I've heard.
You know what I mean? His vibe is a different feeling. It's a different feeling. He's a great dude. I actually like when him and Gordon are together in the same spot. Because them two.
They just feed off each other.
Two happy guys that are hanging with the guys that are actually admired.
Just doing what they love.
Exactly, and they're doing what they love. Because remember, Gordon admires John, and Joe admires like Gordon. It's like it's something.
It's mutual.
It's a mutual thing.
That is
it's really
awesome.
good.
So Fernando, where can everybody find you online? Where can our listeners find you?
Okay, so I have my Instagram, which is fair_100 per 35. It's gonna be a different thing to understand. Is actually the measurements of Puerto Rico. 100 per 35 is what it used to be the measurements of Puerto Rico, which are not
big.
It's a popular common thing that we say. Okay, so Fer_100 per 35. Obviously, you're gonna a new wave thing. I'm there. New wave training, and Fernando Diaz is my name, so you can find me by Fernan Diaz, actually, Facebook and whatever you wanna find me. And obviously, you guys should follow John, Gordon, Gary, Luke, Big Dan, Nicolas Meregay, Giancarlo, and all the guys over there in New Wave. You guys need to follow those dudes.
Yeah, shout out the whole New Wave crew. And also, I'm sure you'll be at Cannabis Combat on March 12th as well.
Yes, also I wanted to do a special shout out to one of the guys that actually have done so much for Juan and for me.
Yes.
Without even asking. And this is the reason. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm wearing this brand right here.
No, feel free.
This is Level Black. Level Black it's been with Juan and I since I'm a scrub. So the fact that I get things from that guy and he's been on our backs we get good gear from that guy and good things from him every time, good blessings. So we appreciate you, sir, a lot, and we love you so much. So yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up there, y'all. Thank you so much, Fernan, for stopping by.
Thank
Cannabis
you,
Combat 2 Invitational is coming very soon. Hit up Cannabis Combat or Fernan for more details if y'all want to be involved in any type of way. But more details are coming very soon, y'all. Keep on smoking it right here at Austinite. This was the Austinite Podcast. Thank y'all very much for sitting with me. Woo!